Yeah, welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions Saturday Night Live, number 97. Yeah, welcome everybody. We've got a great show for you. Today we're going to talk about, hey, what did you get for Christmas? Did you get a new drone? How about drone accessories? And what about that DJI Blacklist? What's up with that? As Seinfeld was saying, what's up with that? And we'll talk a lot about other drones and action cameras and cool stuff with drones and editing software. What kind of editing software are you using? I'm using Filmora 9 and I'm thinking about upgrading to Filmora 10 or X as they call it. Let's welcome to the channel. We've got Steve Mack right off the bat, Ray Kelly, just waiting for my panelists to show up, and we'll get them on shortly. Yuri Bruce in the house. Oh, hey, we've got James from My PI Dream. He could talk about his pool and some of his DIY projects, and maybe even talk about his drones, or if he's contemplating on getting a new drone to replace his Phantom 4 Pro. Or will he stay with the Phantom 4 Pro? Or will he go with another kind of drone? Will he go with the Phantom 4 version 2, or maybe a Mavic 2, Mavic Platinum? They're good. I think the Mavic Air 2 would be a great replacement because it gives you all the things that your Phantom 4 Pro would do. It's got 4K camera, it's got zoom capabilities. I don't even know if the Phantom 4 Pro has that capability. That would be interesting. Hey, Paulie, Drone Bum is here, and Tom Ten Toes, welcome. Welcome to the show. We're already starting off hot right off the bat. We've got 9 people in the crowd watching, and hopefully we'll have some friends from Australia. I even sent out invitations to some of my high school classmates. Hopefully they will be watching. So, hey, this is what I got for my birthday. Got an ACDC t-shirt, which is cool. This is Back in Black, man. Back in Black. Uh, Great album. And I got a ton of stuff. I've got a couple pair of blue jeans, which is good. And what else did I get? I got this shirt. Oh, and I got a drone as a present. We'll pull that out uh, pretty soon here when we get some people into the crowd. Oh, Jody, Drone Shots, welcome to the show. What else did I get? Oh, I got candy, all kinds of candy. I got Russell Stovers. I got what else? Oh yeah, Russell Stovers. Oh, I've got Queen Anne chocolate cordials. Why is it there's no J in cordial? Why is there a J sound? What's up with that? I mean, it's core dials. It should be pronounced cordials. Why is it pronounced cordials? You are cordially invited. It sounds kind of weird if you say you are cordially invited to our event. So I got that. Oh, and I got some Enstrom cherry cordials. Oh, those were good. Those were the first things that got polished off, and that lasted 3 days. So, yeah, cordial. Yeah, Korjul. Yes. Oops. Yeah, right, Paul. That's how it should be pronounced. Hey, we got our first panelist all the way from South Florida, a transplant from New York, Long Island. Let's welcome Ray Kelly. Hello,
Hey,
Ray.
hey, Art. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hope Santa was good to you.
Yeah. He was, I was
Good.
going to hopefully get that Mini too, but then I changed it at the last minute. I asked him for an iPhone 12, and he brought it
Oh,
early even.
nice. Nice, nice. Hey, I want to say hello to Bluegrass Drone Guy. All right. And
How,
hopefully Mitch will be joining us shortly. He was over at Ed's at Love My Drones a little over an hour ago, so saw him there. And maybe Carlos might show up in the chat, so that would be cool. And speaking of old guy, let's welcome all the way from Melbourne, Florida. Let's welcome Mitch Weiss, all bundled up like it's
Freezing
freezing
my
down there.
butt off down here.
Oh wow! What? It's 50 degrees down there.
I think, in fact, I think it is about 50 out there right now.
You know
hey,
what?
Mitch.
It's
How
actually
you
Hey,
doing?
Ray.
warmer.
Okay. Freezing, Ray. How you doing, buddy?
It's actually warmer here than it is in Florida. We got into the mid 60s.
Yeah. If it gets any colder, I'm moving to Florida, man. This is crazy.
All right, we got another Florida guy, transplant all the way from the Dominican Republic, I believe. Let's welcome Adrian Mateo
Oh,
Drones.
God.
Welcome, Adrian. First time to this channel. Welcome. How are you, Adrian?
I'm doing pretty
And
good.
he's frozen.
It's really cold over here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey,
we hear
Adrian.
you, but you sound choppy.
Hey, Adrian. How you doing, buddy?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
gone.
Adrian's having some problems with his
Ah.
stream. So how's it? It's a little warmer down where you are, Ray, than it is here.
Yeah. Wasn't that bad today. Too windy to fly. And Mitch, how the manatees love the colder weather, and they go to the outflow of the power plants. You know
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Or the
sure
springs.
enough, I checked the webcam that they have at the one down here in Riviera Beach, and there was at least 30, maybe 40 of them in this little lagoon area.
Oh.
I said, well, come on, honey. I called her honey. Come on, we're going to see the manatee.
Did you see him?
No, it was closed.
Oh.
Oh, but, well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, they used to swim up to the dock, but I lived on the river. On the intercoastal, they used to swim up to the dock, and cute buggers. They're so ugly, they're cute.
Yeah.
But you know what was funny, too? The other day, I was flying at my favorite little park here in North Palm Beach, and I was looking for drone manatees with the drone. And I was looking along the shoreline, and I really didn't spot any at the time when I was flying. But when I reviewed the footage, I got one
No
on
kidding.
video.
Cool.
And I posted that video the other day, and you could actually see it clear as day.
Cool.
Awesome. Hey, I want to say hello to Brian TDR Drones and Mike Roach. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah. So if there's more than one manatee, are there manateeses or manati or what is more than one manatee?
Manatees
Oh, manatees.
With an
yeah.
S, yeah.
with an S. Just
Oh,
throw an
okay.
S on it. Yeah, nothing
Oh,
fancy.
that's the one with the cleavage. That's a manatees.
And you want to know what else I got for Christmas, Art? I got this
No,
T-shirt
what'd you
with a
get?
shark
Oh,
on it.
nice shirt.
Nice big
Cool.
big picture of a shark on the back, too.
Cool. Awesome. So I did get a drone for Christmas. I got
Yet another drone, huh?
the Galactic Fidget Drone.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah. This is one of those little tiny drones. It's kind of like you just kind of throw it at people, and it's like a boomerang. Let's see if I can open this up.
Oh, I saw that thing advertised. Yeah, that's right.
It's
Yeah.
all over Facebook, and that's probably where my sister and my niece got it. Alrighty.
I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat that has said hi to me. Save myself a little typing and noise making. When I type here, it makes a lot of noise. So,
Are you
Just
hearing
say
me
hi to
type now,
everybody.
Mitch? Are you hearing me
Yeah.
type?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I
And
didn't mean to.
if I type, it sounds like. So
Kind of like
the
a
microphone
newsroom.
is kind of near the keyboard. Rick Halber's here. How you doing, Jody?
Hey, Rick.
How you doing, buddy?
And
TD,
Chris,
Art, Steve, Max
Sunrise
said hi.
Water Media.
Some guy named Ray Kelly said hi to me.
Ray Kelly. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
Ed,
Hi.
we were doing some live flying early. That was a lot of fun.
All right, look at that. Look at that cute little thing.
Looks like a portable fan to keep yourself cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Johnny Drum Flyer. Awesome.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing, buddy? Does it work good, Art, or you
I
haven't
don't
tried
know.
it?
This is the grand unveiling right here.
Cool.
I don't even
Hi,
know
Johnny.
how to turn. Here are the directions, and it came with a USB cable. I guess to charge it up, and instructions. And what the heck we? Kind of like Ken Heron. What directions? Oh, what the heck? And oh yeah, and don't forget my merch. And yes, this channel is I am monetized. So if you want to leave a super chat or a super sticker, it's called the Galactic Fidget Drone. And I guess if you kind of push it, you could kind of do. It's kind of like catching a catch and then you throw it back, or you could kind of, depending on how you throw it, it'll be like a boomerang and come back to you.
Never heard of
So
anything
it'd be
like
kinda
that.
cool to, and I think it lights up when it flies.
Hey, Ron Lockwood.
Ron Lockwood, how you
doing?
doing, Ron? Good to see
Ron
you.
Lockwood.
I'm trying to type very quietly.
I made you self-conscious now. Huh? Brent Nunley. Hiya, Brent. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Brent. All right. Welcome to the show. All right.
So it's freezing here, man. You can tell whenever I got my stocking cap on, I keep my head from radiating out all of my body heat. It is cold. Yeah, it only got up to like 52 or 53 here today, Ray. And
I didn't check the temperature, but I did wear a light windbreaker today.
yeah, you probably got 10 degrees on us down there when you get down into South Florida. I know Ed up in St. Augustine area was considerably colder than I was here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it warms up in the middle of the week. I'm going up to St.
It's going to.
Augustine.
It's going to. We're supposed to get up in a couple of days. It'll be back in the mid 70s here in Melbourne.
Well, wait until the end of the week. You're going to have a cool off because we got a snowstorm coming through that should be here by Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, Carlos is in the house.
Yeah, Carlos.
How
Hey,
you doing,
Carlos.
buddy? Long
We
time.
got
Hey,
Michael
Carlos.
Blade. All the way from Pawtucket.
Yeah, I agree, Paulie.
Rhode
Not
Island.
Carlos again. Yeah, we can't get these people up north to feel sorry for us complaining about 50, 60 degree weather, but You know how it's like, Ray, when you've lived in Florida for 50 years, you change. I mean, anything below 60 degrees and I'm in a snowsuit, you know?
No, I
Get
know, I
your
know.
Arctic wear on.
I was
Yeah,
going to
Pawtucket
show
is
you.
the. Go ahead, Ray.
No, I was just going to show you a fruit square that my wife made.
Oh, thanks. Show it to us, but you
Yeah.
don't share any of it with us. Nice guy.
Now I'm
Go
going to
ahead,
have a
eat it.
bite.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. It doesn't bother us to see you eat like that.
You know what? I should get
Do you
out
feel
my
guilty yet? Do you feel
cherry
guilty yet?
cordials that I got.
Yeah,
Or my
Art's eating
Russell
candy.
Stowe.
Art's eating candy. Ray's eating cake.
So how was Santa to you guys there? Was Santa good to you, Mitch?
Well, my daughter got me a few clothing things, another like sweatshirt and keep me warm, and then they got together and they bought me some cigars.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's
How
about
about
it.
you, Ray? How was
That's good.
You got that shirt. We know that. What else?
Oh, I got these new earphones. Yeah. So,
Oh, nice.
and they
Good,
seem to
good.
be working pretty good. Kodak,
Cool.
actually, they're Kodak
Kodak, no kidding.
earbuds. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I got a new set of earbuds, but I had to buy them for myself.
Well, I was going to do backwards music today, but when I did my upgrade Wednesday, my upgrade didn't work out too well. Ended up put everything back in except I do have a new power supply, and
Oh, just in time
so
for your show, huh?
I
John,
forgot to plug in my CD player.
Johnny
Carlos is
Drone
insulting me.
Flyer got a GPC case for his Mini
Oh.
2 and some
And
firewall.
the damn cases cost
Pretty well
more than the
filtered.
drones. Those GPC cases cost more than the drones you put in them.
Oh man.
And Carlos is insulting my shirts. Thank you, Carlos.
And Carlos says he got a rock.
Okay. John Olson, welcome to the show. Eating leftover turkey. Welcome
Hey,
to
John, how you doing? How's everything on Long Island?
So did you guys catch my Christmas song that I did?
Yeah, that was good, Art.
Yeah.
I got a kick out
The
of it.
Christmas version of Ready Set Drone, Ready Set
Yeah,
Drone.
if I heard, I think I'd have to put a screwdriver through my eye if I heard that song one more time. Sorry, Kelly.
But the video turned out pretty good because what I did is I pulled out some of my old videos with other drone flyers and put them in there. So
Yeah, you did
turned
Spin
out
Up,
to
right?
be-
A lot from Spin Up.
yep.
Spin Down?
No, that was
Spin Down?
Spin
Spin
down,
Down.
and then
Right.
I've got one with Sean on that illustrious day, and who else? Oh, and Ron Lockwood when I was up in South Dakota. So
How you feeling,
let's-
Michael? Michael and your wife? Hopefully you're feeling better.
I'm just reading the chat here.
Yeah. Well, and what I did
I
a
don't know.
little bit
For those who
different
don't-
with
Michael and his wife have come down with positive for COVID.
oh my,
Oh,
oh no, yeah.
well, hopefully it won't be any worse than a little flu or something.
Mm.
That's most people get it that way.
Flying with Stan, welcome to the show. So what's up with this DJI blacklist? I mean, what's? I mean, is it the government trying to? They don't want to sell DJI here, or is it the components?
Now, from what I understand, it's basically just prohibits U.S. companies from selling U.S. technology to DJI.
Oh, okay.
But there's so many ways around it.
Yeah.
If DJI were to go and buy the same technology from a wholesaler in China that's got a warehouse full of it, then they can't stop them.
There you go.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, let's
Hey,
guys.
welcome
Hey, Mike.
Mike Roach.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah,
Mitch.
long time. Hadn't seen you in a while, Mike.
I know, yeah. Well, I've been in the witness protection program for a little while.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
They,
let's
they
welcome
don't
South
let you get
Dakota.
on live streams and that.
Nah,
Hey, Ron.
Amazon will
Hey,
know where
Ron.
I am.
Mike, how you
Hey,
been?
Ron.
Pretty good, man. Good
Yeah,
to see
well-
you, Ron.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah. Just, Mitch, I can't believe you look colder than I am.
Yeah.
I'm freezing. I mean, well, you know how it is, Mike. You got to wear a hat, or else you lose all
Oh,
your
I gotta
body
wear a
heat
hat.
out through your head.
Oh, that's right.
Bald.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, this is been living in Florida too long.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
say it. I don't know if it thins your blood out, but it does change your physiology. I mean, I grew up in Philadelphia. The cold never bothered me, but
Yeah.
after so long down here, it gets to be 40, 50 degrees and snowsuit weather.
Ron, how you feeling?
Better.
Yeah. Yeah, my one of my nieces just had COVID go through her house. Everybody in the house had it, and one of my nephews had a couple days in the hospital, but it looks like they're all heading uphill now. So, but they got pretty sick.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time.
Yeah.
It definitely was not a good time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I get a
Hey,
vaccine next week.
Hey, Michael Wright. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Michael Wright. Blind Neil. welcome to the show.
Flying with Stan said that we have to eat dinner at 4 p.m. every day in Florida. It's an early bird special for the old people.
Yep. Yep.
Art, did I hear you correctly and said that a storm is coming up out of your way, like Monday, Tuesday?
I think Tuesday, Wednesday. That's the last I heard. But
Yeah.
what are you hearing?
Nancy was telling me that they're looking at 12 to 18 inches over towards Sioux Falls, maybe.
Oh,
And every time they come out of Denver area, they always swing to the northeast and go right into Sioux Falls and over into Minnesota. Yeah. I think the last one, Wednesday?
right?
Yeah, Wednesday. Caused that mess over there, and they had all the winds, and they had that big 30-car pile up, and
Oh, ouch.
yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, quit sending crap over there, Art.
Well, the only time we get really heavy snows is if the low pressure parts over in the southeast corner.
Yeah.
Then we get that upslope, and that's when we really get nailed with a lot of snow here in the Denver area.
Now it looks like we're going to escape this cold front. The coldest it's going to get here is a week from tomorrow, next Sunday, 68 degrees during the day, 48 at night. So it's not going to be as bad a cold front as we had the last time. This last one that came through was really cold. Still is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Was
this
it
could be out
raining
of South Dakota,
iguanas?
even probably out of Colorado too. But
I can't get you guys to feel sorry for us no matter what I do, can I? No, shit.
I gotta admit, Art,
I think the high here today was like 30.
Yeah, you're up in New York, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little
We-
south of Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
What's on Victor's hat? Brent Nunley asked, "What's on Victor's hat?" There's a Rodney Bell hat on him. Still got that cough.
Yeah, you still got that Rona cough there.
I do. It's been 4, 5, 6 weeks.
You said
now.
it'll last about 3 months, right, Ron? 3
Yeah,
months or
that's
so?
what I've been hearing people saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, you must have had it
Hey,
worse
Blind
than
Neil,
my.
I'm gonna have
family.
some pizza tomorrow. He knows what I'm talking about. He
Yeah,
he
you
put
must
up
have had a
a
worse
video, a pizza video. He got over, I think 10,000 hits on it or something.
Oh boy. Wow.
That's cool.
I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I go to national parks, Alaska, get wildlife.
Yeah. Not enough.
fishing,
Not enough bikinis. You don't have enough
Yeah.
bikinis in your videos.
something.
Yeah.
You get 10,000 views on a pizza.
Yeah. It amazes me these videos. You know, take up wood turning. Go out and get yourself a lathe.
There you go.
Learn how to turn something on there. 5 million views you get. You check out these guys with the wood turning channels.
Yep.
They get millions of views
Yeah. Who's that guy?
for making a little bowl. You know, a little bowl on a wood lathe.
Who's that guy? He's supposed to be like the highest, the PewDiePie or whatever.
PewDiePie. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
one of them. He's
Oh, I remember when Casey Neistat had him on his channel and interviewed him. You know what he got views on, like watching paint dry for 8 hours.
It's nuts. There's another guy named Mr. Beast.
Or maybe that's who it was. Yeah,
He just gives away money. He gives away stuff. He
Yeah.
just and gets
Wow.
trillions of views.
yeah. He gave away I think $5,000 to a waitress that he only ordered a glass of water.
wow.
I actually
there's a-
heard. I saw an article the
Brett
other day
Nutley.
that it was like little kid videos. These videos that start little kids opening toys. Those are the big money makers.
Really?
Yeah,
But
like
I thought
gigantic.
they screwed that up with the new rules that you can't monetize any channel that shows children.
I don't know. It's I know the rule change happened, but you know, I don't think that money just dried up. Those people were making $3, $4, $5 million a year unboxing Disney toys. and stuff.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And here we struggle to get 100 views on a video.
And I read that it's Happy Boxing Day today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
What
never
is
knew
that? What is Boxing Day? I never knew.
Is that where you put all your presents back into boxes and take them back to the store?
Matt was explaining that this morning about it's an old.
It's where you trade places with your boss.
Yeah, with the
Workers get to be the
servants
boss
or
and
something like the
like the
maids
butler
and
gets to be
butlers.
the
would trade.
master.
Yeah, where
And,
they put all these gifts in a box or something. Like Matt was explaining that this morning. Something like that. That's how the term Boxing Day came about.
oh
Yeah. We don't like celebrate it here, do we?
I don't
no,
think.
that's more
Canada
of the
and-
Canadian and
Yeah.
England, and I
Yeah.
think it's more of a British thing. Yeah. We'll have to ask Greg Coonert if he jumps in. He might show up. James is probably eating waffles about now, so I know he popped in. He was in the chat. He's probably watching right now. Did you guys see
How
the-
far
the-
ahead? How far ahead is he in
12
time?
hours.
Art?
12 hours.
12
I
hours.
think it's 14 or 15 hours.
It's 12 on the
Again,
East Coast. It's 12 hours from us, Mike and Ray.
Oh, Mitch, Ray said
Yes.
that you two are going to get together and schedule a date for March.
We are.
Yeah.
That's what Ray told me, but I haven't heard any more about it since. What day are we going to get together in March, Ray? Ray?
Here, I can give you a good
Somewhere
date.
around the 15th. How's that? How's that? That good?
We'll
Mitch?
pick a. Why? You going to be down in Florida?
Well, I was thinking about coming down for it.
Well, then we better get to work. What's a good date for you?
I actually get off the 17th till the 25th.
All right. Well, let's keep that in mind. Sometime between the 17th, 25th.
St. Patty's Day, March 17th.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. It's my parents'
There you
anniversary too. I never forget that day.
You're
Mike-
you're close to Melbourne.
Mike
You're
Kelly,
in Melbourne?
Copper State. You know Mike Kelly from Copper State?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, he's coming to Florida on March 15th. I don't know how long he's
cool.
staying, but I'm sure it'll be a
Okay.
few days.
Well, maybe we can do something the 18th or 19th, or try to get everybody in there.
Good night, Polly.
So, what were you going to ask me, Ron?
You're near Melbourne, correct?
I'm in Melbourne.
Okay. Second question to that, and I believe they do. Allegiant Airlines, do they come into Melbourne? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know there's a lot of there are some airlines that, and I haven't flown out of Melbourne Airport, but that's like 4 miles from my house, the Melbourne Airport. I'm I'm inside their Class D airspace. So,
Where's the closest, I guess, other airport? Would that be Orlando or?
Orlando is where most,
Yep.
a lot of people come in. But if you can get a direct flight into Melbourne, you probably have to change planes 35 times. But
Yeah.
Is Melbourne
certainly can
also
be.
Sanford?
no, Sanford is north of Orlando,
Okay.
Orlando.
and Sanford is further from Melbourne than Orlando Airport is.
Okay.
Yeah, because Allegiant's, they only fly like twice a week. So I'll look into them. They're fairly cheap, though. I
Yeah,
could probably get
just,
like $100 a flight.
Go on whatever Expedia or whatever site you use and just see what goes
Frontier, they fly into Orlando.
Everybody
That's
flies
what
into
I was
Orlando.
gonna fly when.
Everybody
Yeah.
flies into Orlando. If you can get a flight into Melbourne, though, without being too inconvenient, I
can get like that Allegiant. They go into Vegas. I can go to Vegas for like $60-$70 round trip.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey, you're
Hey,
back.
Adrian.
How you
Hey,
doing, Adrian? Good to
Adrian.
see you.
Good to
Bill
see
is
you.
here, coast to coast.
Ray Kelly, Mr. Ron.
Hey,
Coach.
Adrian.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see
Glad
you.
you made it
Tonight-
back in, Adrian.
Tonight's gonna be the Adrian Mateo Drones cooking show because I'm actually cooking dinner. No, Ron, you're not invited. You're not. Not tonight.
Everybody's eating food in front of me.
Not tonight, Ron. It's a special evening tonight, so not tonight. No,
I just had some.
because there's gonna be some brown chicken brown cow later on.
Is that right?
Yes, there
It's
is.
just too much information, Adrian.
What's brown chicken brown cow? I didn't say nothing, Mitch. See, Mitch, the problem is that
Adrian, how was your Christmas?
you got a dirty mind. That's what it is. It was great, Ray.
Of course, man. Of course I do. I don't-
It was great, Ray. Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Yeah, oh yeah. Very, very good. Santa was good to me again this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you got an iPhone 12 there. Did you get the big one or the regular size?
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know where it went. It was just laying here and it disappeared. This is my old age 6. I had a 6, so I upgraded.
So Bill had Palabok for dinner. Metro or Coast to Coast drones.
Hey, Bill.
That's a Filipino dish. James probably knows what that is. I thought Adrian would be eating
chicken wings, and some bologna. Eat with
No.
my macaroni, hanging with my homies.
No.
No more Christmas songs, Art.
Mike, I wanted to watch. I went to watch your video 3 times today, and I got sidetracked. But I will watch it, Mike.
Guys, I'm going to head on out. All this talk of food has made me hungry, and I haven't eaten yet today. So I'm going to go make myself some dinner. Art, you got plenty of company tonight, so I'll leave you. I'll leave you all in good hands.
It's always
and,
good to see
What are you having? Ice cream mix?
no, I don't know what I'm going to have, but I haven't eaten anything yet today.
Nothing cold. I'll
Yeah.
get some hot cocoa.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. Yeah, I got to eat
Lots
something warm.
Bagels
All right, guys.
and-
Take it
Good
easy.
stuff.
See you all tomorrow
Good to see
night,
you,
baby.
Mitch.
Later,
All right.
Mitch.
Take
Mitch,
care, buddy.
I
Good
think
My bitch.
All right, take care, Mitch. Michael Blade wants to know what's my connection with the Philippines. I was in the Philippines back in 2017, and I was engaged to a Filipina for a while, and that kind of fell apart. But I have a new girlfriend in the Philippines, and I'm hoping to go back. Well, I'm going back in 2021. I'm just waiting for everything to kind of calm down over there, because now the country is opened up. I could go there, but you gotta go through this really big rigmarole with the you get tested for COVID. They take a swab of your cheek. They stick a Q-tip up your nose, and oh boy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had
I
that
might go in
about a
March
week
or
ago.
April if I go. So,
I took the test out. It's not that bad.
It's not.
Yeah.
I've
It's a
had
real
the nose
thin thing.
and boy, either that or I had a really bad nurse, because it felt like I was getting poked in all the way up into my brain with the swab.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. It sure felt like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know what? That was prior to my trip to the Philippines. I just had the flu, which turned into pneumonia. So,
Mhm.
yep, it's a beautiful country. You gotta remember it is a third world nation. So you're gonna see some, pretty rundown areas, poor people. But hey, you see that here in the States. You see the tent cities along the Platte River here in Denver. So
Right. Denver, Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, LA, New York City, you name it.
Yeah.
You got
I
that
was
stuff.
up in Seattle in August, and holy man.
You went to the tent city area?
Yeah, we were up by it.
oh boy,
Yeah,
yeah, that's right
was our layover.
downtown near the waterfront. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I guess they
pretty
have
bad.
like a new jazz area set up again there in Portland, I believe. Like they're just letting it happen again slowly, and it's not even reported much anymore.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
well-
it's a total disgrace what's going on out there.
Right.
All right, we'll talk about that tomorrow on my other channel.
Right.
So we'll save it for that. So let's talk about
hey-
drones and happy stuff.
Well, actually, Ray, let me ask you about your phone there. Did you go to the store and buy it, or did you order it?
Actually, I went to the store to buy it, and they said, sorry, there's no salespeople here. We'll get your old one running again. 15 minutes, that's all you got. You got to order the phone online. And that's what we had to do.
But they had it in stock at the store?
Yeah, because I had to order it online and then go back and pick it up.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was
man.
very,
Things have been-
I was annoyed. And I'm a big fan of Apple.
It was, I bought some Apple products for Christmas. Those little HomePod mini speakers that they came out with this year. I bought
Yeah.
a few of those, and I went to go buy them online about 3 weeks before Christmas, and they were like, you won't get them till January.
Oh, they're back ordered.
Yeah, but it's like, they weren't like, it didn't say back ordered, it just the shipping dates were screwy. And then,
Wow.
but they had them at the store. You had to. So I went to the mall, which I was hoping to avoid the mall, and they had them at the Apple store. And let me tell you, that was going into going into a laboratory, plexiglass windows and rubber
Right.
gloves, and
Yep.
holy moly, man! But they had the speakers there, and I picked them up, and they
How
actually
do
brought them to my
how do they
vehicle
work,
for me.
Mike? Do they work good?
I didn't get one for me. I got one for a few people in my family. Because they're pretty good gift items, and for anybody with an Apple phone, I have the older one, the bigger one that they came out with a couple of years ago, and
You have the Crapple phone.
Crapple. Yeah. Well, it's the Apple phones work great, and from what I hear, the camera on that iPhone 12 is really nice.
I have the Samsung S20 Ultra. That camera's pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's these phones, these camera companies, Canon and Nikon, when it comes to consumer point and shoot stuff, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
With the way phones are going.
Yeah. Adrian,
Yes.
did Santa come see you, or do you have to go buy your own stuff?
Honestly, I didn't buy nothing. Neither I didn't get no gift either.
Was anybody able to get together with any family or anything? I saw you went out to dinner the other day, Ray.
I went to my sister's
You did?
house and
You got to go out?
niece.
No, you did. I saw a photo of you guys out of the restaurant, I think, within the last few days.
Yeah. My wife and I went out.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is open in Florida here.
Yeah.
Right.
We've been very lucky. I guess you say, we're taking a chance. I was gonna take a chance to go to the movies today. There's a new Tom Hanks movie that just came out, but my wife said no, we're not going to the movies.
Oh shit!
Is that the movie Greyhound where he's on a destroyer?
No, it's like an
U-boats?
old time movie. I don't know. No, it's definitely not that one. I forget the title of it though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The thing is that up here, it's like we're not closed, but it's like we're pretty restricted, and it's like you guys are pretty much open down there, and these lockdowns aren't working at all. So why the hell don't we just open?
Yeah.
It's like it's not doing us any good.
Mm-hmm.
People are
I just
getting
feel
sick
so
from
bad
each other in the house.
for the business owners that are really being affected bad with this.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Jiffy Lube to get the oil and filter change on my car. They wouldn't let us in the lobby. We had to either stay in our car or sit out on the picnic area outside. Luckily, it was a nice sunny day with no breeze. It was just calm, and it turned out pretty good. But boy, so that's what those kind of businesses have to deal with all this. You can't sit inside where it's nice and warm. You gotta sit outside. Yeah.
Art, do you think you'll be able to come into town or fly down in March, or that's not a good date for you?
I'm thinking about doing that. Come down in March, and if I go to the Philippines, I might do it in April. Then that way they'll be all done with their quarantine stuff over there. They're letting.
And Adrian, what about you? Adrian, is that good for you to come over by Melbourne or Palm City?
Where are we gonna get together at?
I don't think the exact location's been determined yet, but we're talking up north, Melbourne maybe, or
I think if we make it
up
the
there
weekend,
by Mitch.
the weekend might be better, Ray. Like I said, I get off work Wednesday, Adrian's probably working during the week.
Exactly. It's gonna have to be
Okay. So maybe we'll
Saturday or Sunday.
shoot for that Saturday. I think
Yeah,
it's.
which would be like the
I just
20th?
looked at it. The 19th, 20th.
19th or 20th.
Because Ray, the way she work is, what I would do is I just go there and just give me a hotel room.
Yeah, the 20th.
I mean, I spend the weekend over there.
I'm gonna come snuggle up with you, Adrian.
No. That would be a no. Because hey,
And
hey,
Mike, do you fly at all, or you
I
just
haven't
drive?
flown since 2007.
Well, you got
it's
that
such
new
a pain for me
customized
to
van
go
now.
out
You could drive right down.
Oh man, if we had high-speed rail or something, but that's not happening. Getting on a plane is a nightmare for me. It's like
Yeah.
they have to put me on like a refrigerator dolly to get down the aisle of a plane, and you hope your wheelchair gets there in one piece. You know, it's scary stuff. So, but I can do it. It's 20 more pounds off, and maybe I'll consider it. I got to hit my diet back again after this week.
There you go.
Off the rails a little this week.
All right.
Yeah, I want to say hello to Mike, Night Train, and Dean was in earlier. Nico Ghost, the Codger, old
what's up,
Codger.
Jody?
Hey, Dean.
Yeah, well,
I'll go on a diet too.
What'd you say? Did you say something wrong?
Yeah, I told Adrian I'll go on a diet too if he lets me come down.
Well, see, Ron, this is the thing. Listen, you asked me if we could snuggle. We're not gonna be playing sword fight. No, you're gonna go somewhere else.
Just a little spooning is all, you know.
Like I said, Mike Roach, it ain't gonna be no sword fighting. I don't sword fight.
oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown cow, on my train, but it ain't gonna be no sword fight. No, I'm sorry. No.
Be more like a sword versus a dagger.
Oh, geez.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Art.
Well, who are we talking about here, Art?
I just need a place to sleep.
But see, you have to excuse Ron. Ron is a dirty old man. He can't help it.
Yeah.
Ron,
Hey,
who's
that's
your daddy?
not my thumb.
Who's your
What's
daddy,
that?
Ron?
Nah.
Can you hear me?
I
Yeah,
can hear you
who?
now.
Who is your daddy?
Who's your daddy? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That'll be in August. I do season 2 at Sturgis.
It is coming up again.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
they do it every year.
I need to get my shit together because I'm coming over there.
Yeah, you better get your shit together.
You know, the week before there is Daytona Bike Week, I think.
Oh, really? Adrian wants to walk the streets, Sturgis, with me after last. You go back to Matt North's live stream I did. I walked around with my camera. Oh God, I don't know how many locations. Had Adrian all wound up. Adrian, you remember that one girl that yelled?
Dude, oh
She
my
goes-
God, Ron.
Well, there was number 7, and then the girl coming out of that place, the one that was, oh. But remember that one girl yelled at me? She goes, who's your daddy? Remember? She was
Because-
the old man.
And because Matt retarded ass did not take the chat down from the screen, so she saw it.
Yeah. She goes, who's your daddy? That you? I'm like, well, as a matter of fact, it is. She got all butt hurt.
Oh.
What's up, Lloyd, Grumpy Blogger? How you doing?
Hey, Lloyd. All right.
Hey,
welcome
Lloyd.
Hey,
to
Lloyd.
the show.
Lloyd.
I think this is probably the first or second time he's been here. Welcome. Good to see you. I'll be
Welcome,
seeing
Lloyd.
you tomorrow afternoon. Should be a good show.
Lloyd said, what the hell did I just tune into?
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe later we'll have James from My PI Dream. He'll join us after he's had his waffles with his lovely wife.
So they're just having breakfast now, huh?
Yeah, it's breakfast time. It
Philippines.
is, I think, 8 a.m. over there.
He's in the Philippines, right?
Yes, he is. He's got his pool is all done, so now he's back to just doing DIY projects around the house. Yeah. Yep. The pool turned out excellent. It looks really nice. Yeah. Michael Blade, welcome to and speaking of the Philippines, let's welcome all the way from Lipa City, James, my PI Dream. Welcome, James.
How you
Good
doing,
morning,
Chief?
Morning, gentlemen.
Hey, James.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody.
One to you, boss.
Merry Christmas.
Good to meet you.
Hey, I was watching the whole show. I haven't missed a moment. We just got done with the waffles and just sitting here with my final cup of coffee of the day.
So you got your speakers all finished and working out there?
No, the speakers. I got the replacement. You're talking about the rock speakers. Is that one that
Right.
you're talking about? Well, I got the replacement speaker. It came in. I installed it. It's working fine. But what I'm going to do, one of the many next projects, is I'm going to reroute all the wires for the speakers. So instead of having one of the rock speakers underneath the Bahay Kubo,
Right.
we're going to put them, those two gardens that are on both sides of the swimming pool that we kind of designed our swimming pool around those gardens. We're going to
Right.
put them in the center of those gardens. So when you're sitting in the pool, you'll have that stereo effect sitting right in the center of the pool.
Cool.
And it's better because I noticed that the sound of the waterfall, sometimes it's a little loud. And you can't hear the sound coming from the Bahay Kubo so well. So I think it'll do really good. I actually ordered some replacement speakers for some nice, that's kind of my Christmas present to myself. I heard you talking earlier about what did everybody get for Christmas. And we kind of order things for ourselves here, is what we do.
Cool.
So I ordered that on Amazon. I'm waiting on that to come in, but it's one of those nice that are made for yard speakers. The one you kind of bury down, about halfway down in the ground, that helps the bass presence inside your yard and all.
Oh,
So
cool.
I expect those will be in probably mid January, and then
Okay.
I just have to reroute some wires.
Well, I did get a drone. I got this little, it's called a Galaxy fidget drone. It's a little
Whoa.
tiny little drone. It just has, it looks like it has counter rotating, nope, that's not, just a propeller inside, and it's kind of like a boomerang where you throw it to someone, they catch it and throw it back. Or
Yeah, you just
depending
bounce
on how
around
you
like a
throw it, it'll
air hockey.
come right back to you.
Yeah.
Wow. Does that have a camera on it?
No, it doesn't have a camera.
Oh, so it's more of a game type
Yeah,
of a.
yeah,
Ah.
it is. It's been advertised on Facebook like crazy. So
Cool.
that's why I got and my ACDC shirt and
I see
couple
you're
pair of
back
blue
in black.
jeans and some gift cards and lots and lots of chocolate candy.
Well, we had lots and lots of chocolate candy. We had our Christmas is giving, and so what we do Christmas time is we provide for the community. And since this year we're kind of stuck in this COVID situation and all,
Yeah.
we kind of isolate. We
I
kind of
saw,
isolate.
I
we-
saw
all
your
the-
video, James.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see that?
Yep.
Very, very
Yes.
nice. It was a good
Thank
video. Yeah.
Thank you. So we tried to do our best. We couldn't do like we do every year. Every year I dress up like Santa, and then all the kids and the parents and all the whole community come. We had over 200 people last year that came to the Santa giveaway. This year, because I was so concerned, especially Ness has asthma, so she has a
Oh.
pre-existing condition. So what we tried to do, we tried to isolate a little bit. So we made up all these bags. We made 100 bags of the. They were all import. You know, they have two qualities of chocolates and candies that they have inside
Right.
here. So we went all out. We went down to S&R, and we got all the import chocolates and candies and little toy things that go inside these little bags. And we did this only this year. We only did for the children. Although some of the older folks kind of weaseled their way inside there, but I always say they're all kids at heart. So we kind of, and we did good. We ran out at the very end about when the line started really slowing down, and then we got out of Dodge. But the kids, lots of kids, had
Right.
real happy faces, and that's what it's all about.
I do have a question for everybody. Hopefully, somebody in the chat or one of you guys have this drone. But you guys know that I have the Autel Evo 2 AK version. I
Right.
got some indie filters for it, and this thing is a bitch to get it off. Anybody know how to get that thing off to put a filter in it? It's hard.
Nope.
Really?
I mean, I've tried. I looked at a whole bunch of videos on YouTube, and it only tells you to just. Let me get the drone. It only tells you to go ahead and get it, and you will have to kind of work it, like right here.
It doesn't screw on, or
But see, the thing is that this is round, and like you can't really grip it, so it's really hard to get off. I don't want to put too much force into it and then break the damn thing and it beep beep stuff. So it's a pain in the ass, and they're just giving me a hard time.
doesn't
if
it have
anybody-
like a knurled edge where you kind of get a
No,
little bit of
no,
a grip?
it's round and it's smooth.
Oh,
So I mean,
jeez.
it's just hard to get off. And again, if anybody in the chat or any of you guys have it, please let me know. Sunrise wanted me to say use rubber bands for grip, Adrian. I'm gonna have to use. I'm gonna have to do something, man. 'Cause again, I want to get it up, but I don't want to break nothing. That's the scary part. 'Cause once you kind of grip it, you pressing down. You know what I mean? I mean, you kind of mess
Right.
with all the, you know what I mean, all the little components in here.
Right.
And again, I don't want to break nothing.
I think a guy to ask about that might be
What kind of drone is it,
Nobo.
Adrian?
It's the Autel Evo 2, the AK version.
Ken Dobo, original Dobo.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has
He would
one.
know,
Or
yeah.
he did have one, and he also sells drones, so he might know something.
But see,
Yeah,
he doesn't have a video that show you how to take it up on this one. He does have the Pro, which is a little different. This one is just a pain in the ass all the way around. Because again, it's round. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's hard to grip.
Right.
Yeah.
So now Lloyd say use some rubber gloves.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, there
gonna
you
have
go.
to do something to get it up.
That's a good
I hope
idea.
I get it up without breaking it.
Well, they put it on there somehow. They got to be able to get it off.
Exactly.
there you
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. If you
Yeah.
don't, there's a way to get it up, but again, like you have to
Yeah.
break the initial little bit of glue in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's
then
all
once
about-
you do that, then you can just replace it, get it up, and get it on anytime you want to.
Right.
Yeah, it's usually all about finesse and technique when it comes to those little tiny components or screws or where they put stuff together. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
James,
don't even bother with
did,
filters myself.
did Amber show up to your event?
She did. She was in. Did you?
Oh,
didn't you watch
great.
the video? You didn't watch the video?
Yeah, I did see the video, and I'm like,
She's the only one where her grandmother was there who brought her down there, and the only one where you saw that they were taking a picture. It was me and two children. They were taking a picture, and that was Amber and her cousin Jai that were inside that
Oh,
picture.
okay.
That was them. She's growing so quickly.
wow.
It's hard to recognize her each time. And I haven't been really in the barangay. I go to Roy and Michelle's about once a week just to stop by. I don't really go to and talk with anybody in the community because I'm trying to do the social distancing thing.
Right.
So I go to Roy and Michelle's about once a week, and we pick up like Coca-Cola and some eggs and all of our necessity little things. And
Right.
and try to continue supporting in the community. But now I don't get to see the families or the kids or anything right now because of all this. As a matter of fact, it's really weird because normally
You
at this
made a
time
lot
of
of children happy. You can tell that they were very, very excited and happy.
I hope so. I hope so. And hopefully next year, this is all in our rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And Santa can be Santa again, and we could do the things like we do every single year. That will be fun.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, Art, I'm going to share. I heard some different things you were talking about earlier. And one of the things you were talking about, you're looking so forward to coming to the Philippines in 2021. But I just want to share a couple of things. But first off, verbally, I'll share with you because we stay on top of the events about travel into and out of the country, and we try to share that. But one of the things has to do with this variant of the COVID-19 that they say originated over in the UK, and they're saying it's pretty bad. You know, if you look at all, they're saying it's actually even worse than the original COVID-19 as far as that's why they're trying to confine this as much as possible. So we actually have our first case of from the no, it's not of that. It's not of the variant. They haven't confirmed that yet. A traveler just recently from the UK flew over, and I don't know if it's a Filipino from the UK or if it's a UK regular citizen, that came over. But yesterday, they just one that came over tested positive, and they're checking to see if it's the original or if it's a variant. But we've done what most of the other countries, the 40 some odd countries that have done for banning travel from the UK into the Philippines. And President Duterte just recently extended the ban on all flights from the UK coming in until I think 31 December, and then they'll make another determination if they're going to extend that beyond that point. Which until they get this under handle, personally, I think they should stay firm on this because we don't need anything worse than what we already have coming inside. Because we don't have as much control, I don't think, inside the Philippines as some of the other countries are doing as far as banning and all the testing and all the things necessary. Vaccine, specifically the vaccine.
Right.
Because the U.S. the first week in the U.S. What we had over 100 million people, something like that were able to get the vaccine, or get it out to the people. I don't know how many they've actually inoculated with that. But I'm listening. I keep listening in the Philippines. I don't even hear anything about is the vaccine over here yet. That really concerns me a bunch.
Right.
So anyway, for that one, but I also wanted to show you, and I'm going to share this. I'm going to share a screen with you.
All
Hey, Rick Cavler. Good to see you.
How can?
Hey, James, before you do that, nice meeting you. Art, thank you for the invite. Mike Rose,
welcome,
everybody in the chat. It's dinner time for me. I am starving.
Okay, enjoy your meal.
And if you see a little bit, I'll go ahead and jump in later on.
Okay, cool.
All right, good to see you, man.
All right, fellas.
Take care.
Take care, man.
I'm trying to share this with you, but for some reason when I hit share screen, it doesn't show all of the. I got a bunch of application windows open.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me show you. Here, you can put this up on the screen, and this is one of the latest announcement from President Duterte over here. They're talking about doing full lockdown. Especially particularly after the problem with the new strain coming out of the UK. So they're talking about return to lockdown, and that's not just one particular area. They're talking about doing that over the entire Philippines here. I don't know how that's going to affect your travel plans coming over here, but I think it's going to be a touch and go kind of a thing for even in at least the beginning of 2021.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to just share that, show you that I got some. Also, I wanted to share with you a couple other things. You know, I always like to bring in either videos or a couple of pictures, something
Well,
like that. So
before you do that, it is about time for
Toffee.
toffee trivia. All right, we're going to do some history trivia today, and everybody knows that I'm a big World War II buff, and James, this is right in your area, not in the
I'm not that
Philippines.
old, Art. I know I got a lot of gray in my beard, but
And this is where you can use the Google. I want to, and this is it happened right around this time in Hong Kong. Give me the date that Hong Kong fell to the Japanese. So I will check in the comments. The first one to get that, and Tom, Tom, you're going to have to count to 10 before you can answer. 10 toes. I want the exact date.
1942.
I want the
Go ahead.
exact date.
December 1942.
Exact date.
26. 27th.
Well, I gotta watch in the in the chat.
New Year's Day. No, that would be 43.
I'm watching in the chat. You know what? I will give it to Brett Nunley. That's about the start of the downfall. Actually, it was December 25th. Chris, you already won. So we will give it to Brett Nunley. Brett Nunley. I don't know if we're Facebook friends, but I think we are. Just give me your address, and I will ship you a box of Enstrom's almond toffee to you. So congratulations, Brent.
That's cool. I saw you had him on the other day.
Hey, Brent.
Yeah, and Mr. Enstrom there.
Yes, I did. That was last week. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he had a really good time being on the show. So James has something to show us. What is that? Oh, we got
Oh, cool.
Is that a double rainbow or just a rainbow?
well, that's a single. But this is the picture I wanted to show you before I show you the next picture. This picture was taken the day after the swimming pool was built, and I kind of take this as here. Let me show you. Yeah, I take this as a good luck symbol. You know, good luck, superstition, everything is really big over here in the Philippines. So here is this picture I'm giving you now. This is the day after the swimming pool was built.
Oh,
So this
nice. I like that.
I kind of feel like our backyard was blessed the day after the pools, but so I have a good feeling about the years to come with our enjoyment for ourselves and our family and our friends back here for the swimming pool. That was symbolic to me.
That's a nice shot. That is a great shot.
Yep.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Yeah. I think that picture was taken from our bedroom window up on the second floor. I looked up in the morning, I woke up, I opened up the window and I looked outside and I'm like, oh, this is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, it looks like a drone shot.
No, it's just from my iPhone. My iPhone took the picture from there. I also have something else. I also have something else I want to share with you guys.
Okay.
And your folks that have chimed in. Now, something that was the good. You know, I always talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. So something I want to share with you is Christmas morning. This is what we woke up to Christmas morning. I don't know if you're familiar, but we had a major earthquake about 40
No, I
kilometers.
didn't hear about it.
No, it was really big. But luckily, where it struck all the way on the west coast which is normally, there's a big fault out there in that area, and to the south and by Batangas
Right.
City. So you can see that little blue dot above the little arrow. That's where we are in Lipa. And then you can see Taal volcano, where it says Tagaytay, the big lake inside there in
Yep.
that green section. That's the volcano that blew in January of 2020. But the little earthquake where it says severe earthquake to the left, although it was 6.3, and I think it was so close to the water, it didn't, I don't think it really caused a heck of a lot of damage. Here, let me show you the area, though, that it covered. I'll send you another screen capture of the affected area. And you can see how far the extent of the waves, the seismic shock waves, went throughout the Philippines.
Right.
So it went
Wow.
all the way past Manila, up into, like in Quezon City, up towards Angeles. It got up to that area. Now you see the little blue dot again, that's our house. That's our house.
Right.
And so about the time that it actually happened, it was like seven something in the morning. Ness and I, we were just sitting up in bed, just relaxing. It was Christmas morning, we were relaxing. And the next thing I noticed is our bed up on the second floor was laterally shaking side to side. And I looked over to Ness and I said to her, "Are you shaking the bed?" Well, she was right at the same moment about to ask me that same exact question. And when she saw that I questioned her, she panicked. And she jumped up and she was freaking out. And so what I did was I went over to the look out the window to look outside. And inside the swimming pool, which is like it is right now, it's normally just like a sheet of glass.
Right.
It's perfectly flat. It's like a reflective mirror. It was like a tsunami inside the swimming pool from the north to the south. The water hitting one side, hitting and splashing back to the other side, back and forth. So I knew at that point it wasn't our imagination, and so we chimed into the tsunami and the stations here that they have that monitor
Right.
earthquakes. And indeed, we checked in about 3 minutes after it happened, and it was all broadcast on that. So that's what Santa left with us Christmas morning when we first woke up.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Now, I've been to Batangas City when I took the ferry over to Puerto Galera. And that's where I met Chris and Nellie at Coaches. We were
Yeah.
on our way back to Batangas from Puerto Galera. And I believe, they bought a lot not too far from your house.
Oh, 1, 2, 3 lots down from us. Yeah, they bought
Cool.
it. Yeah, I think they're talking with one of the builders here, and they're trying to get the plan down. It's a smaller lot, so I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to maximize, because they can't build wide because we have the farm lot 25% restriction here for house footprint.
Right.
So I think what they're trying to do, I think they're trying to build up and down as much as possible because they
Right.
can't go wide. Yeah, a nice couple. I look forward
Yes, I am.
to having them come in and move in as neighbors.
Well, Nelia's cousin is my girlfriend.
Yeah, I know that.
Down
I know
in
that. Yeah.
Mindanao. Yeah.
Hey,
So, and
does she ever send you the link? She does singing on YouTube all the time. Did she send you the links on that?
Oh, Nelia? Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
some of those. And I saw her Veterans Day video, which was really nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say goodnight. And,
All right. Good night, Ron. Good to see you.
yeah,
Good to
thank
see
you
you.
for having me on. You guys have a nice evening, and
All right.
Okay, Ron.
Happy New Year to you. And
Have a
catch
good
you guys on another day.
have a good night,
All
Ron.
right.
Yep.
Good to see you, Ron.
Happy New Year
Thanks
to you
for
too.
coming in.
Bye bye now.
All right. Bye bye.
I wanna
I'm gonna
say
head out too,
hello
Art.
And on
to
that
Ed.
note, Art, I'm going to step out also. Art,
Oh,
Um,
okay.
We're dropping
Ray.
like flies.
I don't mean to be rude,
Okay.
and I'll
Ray,
see you
good
guys
to
probably
see ya,
tomorrow.
and- All right.
I'll see you, Ray.
Thanks for the invite.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome, Ray. Good to
Bye
see
bye,
you.
everybody
Ray.
in the
Bye,
chat.
Ray.
Stay warm
Happy
down there.
holidays, my friend.
Art, I'm gonna, on that note, check out myself.
All right,
Must be an
Mike.
East
Good to
Coast
see
thing.
you. Thanks for coming in and bundle up. It's cold up there. And what, Syracuse, or are you?
Yeah, Syracuse.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
actually not that bad for us. There's no snow on the ground, but so
Oh,
it's
that's
fine
good.
with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
our
you just
snow is all melted.
you know you just jinxed yourself, Mike, by saying that,
Yeah,
right?
right.
You know that.
We're good for the year anyway. But anyway, good to meet you, Jim. And
Mike,
hope all goes well with the pool.
oh, it's done. We're
Yeah,
good. We're totally good. We're done. We're
just
done with
enjoy
that
it.
project. Yeah,
And
it's retirement now.
so everybody in the chat, good to see you guys. Art, thanks again. Thought
Hey,
I'd
you're
just check
welcome.
in.
Good to see you.
Cheers,
right.
Mike.
All right,
All right.
take care, guys,
Take
and
care,
Happy New
Mike.
Year if I don't talk to you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Hey, Rick Halber is in the chat. He's the guy that gave you the floating rubber ducky.
The punk duck, it's called.
Yeah.
Punk
Mhm.
duck. Did you
And
know?
he
Did you know
lives-
the?
He lives in Elk Grove, California.
Okay. Yeah, and that's where I had the confusion the last time that I was because the package came in from the UK, and I'm like, maybe he's over in the UK. But did you know, it's kind of interesting. You probably didn't catch it, but the duck, when you look at it, it's got the patch on the eye, and then it's got a tattoo.
Oh,
It's like a tattoo of a rose and like
Oh.
mom on there and stuff like. It's funny.
Oh,
It's good.
okay, cool,
It's
cool.
good. But it's huge. It's a huge duck. My swimming
yeah,
pool.
I
is
saw
a-
that.
my-
It takes
my
up
swimming pool's not-
almost half your pool.
Yeah, my swimming pool's not that big, and you put it inside. It's a great lounge. It's a great if you want to sit out against. Because I was actually looking for something to lay on inside there.
Right?
It's a good thing we have so much greenery and stuff around, so much vegetation. I don't think you can really see me when I'm on the duck in the back of the swimming pool back there, because people might be going by and saying, "What's that guy doing on the duck back there?" But
So,
I thank Rick for that.
so how's the weather been out there? Didn't you just have a small typhoon go through?
We did have a typhoon go through, and it wasn't bad at all for us because we just got some winds and mostly rain from just because that one was way south of us.
Right.
It just kind of went through. But we're
Yeah.
we're going through a freezing period right now for the Philippines. I should probably be wearing a sweater right now because it's about 75 degrees here, and that's like the cold.
Oh,
That's like
you
the
poor thing.
That's like the coldest I think I've seen it around here in a long time. I told you I don't own pants. I told you that.
Well, when I came over to the Philippines in 17, it was like in the mid to upper 70s, and Yolanda's like wearing a flannel shirt, and she's acting like it's freezing. I'm like, what? I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, mid 70s here. Everybody's wearing like sweatshirts with hoodies,
Yeah.
and you're all bundled up here. This is actually cold. 75 degrees Fahrenheit is actually cold for the Philippines. This is our winter, but that's okay with me.
Well, Nelia's looking forward to going, moving back to the Philippines. She's, she likes the snow, but only for a little while,
I wonder how her husband Ed. I wonder how he'll adapt. But they're also from California, I believe, right? They're from California.
Yeah, they're in Susanville, which is near Reno, I believe, or Lake Tahoe, over on the eastern, near Nevada. Yeah.
Well, they won't have any problem. They won't have any problem adapting to the heat. But what he might have a problem adapting to is the humidity.
Yeah.
Because as a matter of fact, right now, I don't know if you can see. It's kind of hard to see, but it's actually raining right now. It rained all night long, and but it was
Right.
nice. But it's been a gentle rain all night. And I like sleeping with the sound of the rains outside. Not the big storms that we often get, but the gentle rain was really really nice.
Where my girlfriend lives, she's out in the province, but she's close to the ocean. And she just started a piggery on her grandparents' farm. And her sow just had 10 little piggies a few days ago. Only one of them didn't make it, but so it's nice to see that she's starting a business and make some money on her own. But she goes down to the river to wash her clothes.
Mm-mm. But that's normal. That's the
Yeah.
Ness and I were just talking yesterday about the differences between between what people consider hardship in the United States particularly, because I actually grew up. I was pretty poor when I grew up. Uh, uh, my dad was a bus driver in New York for a while, and then we moved to the South, and he worked in a paper mill. When we moved back down to South Carolina, where his family's from, and
Right.
and I actually lived with my uncle for 2 years on their farm, and we didn't have running water in the house at the beginning. Then we had a pump house outside. When they first started, they just had one of these. You pumped water
Right.
with and that was in the kitchen, is what we had in the kitchen.
Right.
And I was talking with Ness about, I grew up poor. And I was telling her about my experience about we had a big wash basin that we would have to pump water inside and put it up. We had a fire burning stove in the kitchen, and then we would heat the water up inside there, and
Right.
that's how we would bathe. And we had an outhouse. We had no plumbing, so we had an outhouse outside. And she was telling me, oh, there's a big difference between basically poverty in the United States and what poverty is inside the Philippines. And then she started telling me about her experience when she grew up, because her parents died when the whole family was very, very young. And they
Wow.
had to fend for themselves. And she was telling me about all the stories about they had a photo studio downtown. And it didn't even have a bathroom inside the photos, but they lived in there because they couldn't afford to live inside their house. They rented out their house that their father built that started the photo studio, and so that they could get income in just to, because the photo business doesn't make a lot of money. But I'm not going to share with you all the details,
Yeah.
but they were when I compared my growing up and what I considered being poor and what she did, it's a very
Yeah.
vast difference between our culture and the culture over here.
Mhm.
But she, regardless of all, she said the kids were happy. They were happy for what they got, and when they did get anything extra, they felt very fortunate and blessed about stuff like that. But it's really different.
Yeah, I had a friend. His parents had it was a family cabin up in Victor, Colorado, and we would go up there around Memorial Day. A bunch of us guys, 3 or 4 of us, would go, and it's a one-room cabin, and I think it did have running water, but didn't have a bathroom. It had an outhouse, and if you got up in the middle of the night to go to the outhouse, you had to be real careful because there was an open pit gold mine right
Yes,
next to it, and you could take a tumble down into the pit and really be in a bad way. So that was kind of interesting, but
Yeah. But you know what? I gotta tell you, Art, because I was a child. I was a child growing up
You
at that
were?
time. I was. Yeah. When we moved from New York to South Carolina, it was. I don't know. I I don't know, 8 years old, 7 years old, something, somewhere maybe around 8. I think around 8.
Where's your
But
twang?
well, you know, when you live in the Queens, up in New York, and then you move to the most rural part of South Carolina, yeah, the Brooklyn Queens accent from there, and then the South Carolina accent, they kind of negate each other. So I'm like right in the middle between the two of them. So I
Right.
don't think I have much. I don't think I have much of either right now. But it was I enjoyed my childhood growing up in the South, because kids they don't really, I don't think kids really understand poverty that much,
Yeah.
or are not having, or things like that. As long as you have, I had one toy. I had a Tonka Jeep. It was like the Willie Jeep.
Yep.
Again, I was living on the farm, and what I did when I wasn't working on the farm, when I wasn't milking the cow or feeding the chickens and the turkeys, or working on I worked to get a little bit of money. I worked on my uncle's tobacco farm. When I
Right.
wasn't doing stuff like that, I had my one toy. I had my Tonka truck, and I
Yeah.
had a long piece of like tobacco twine that you tied the tobacco to the sticks when you put it up for curing. And I just in the fields, when the crops were up, over the hills, inside the fields, and I pretended it was like a minefield out there, like war, like you play with little toy soldiers and
right,
stuff like that. And I just remembered that was some of the happiest times of my childhood. I really enjoyed, and it was simple. It was really simple. We didn't have the video games and the Xbox and the PlayStation 22 and all these things that they have today, But I was very happy.
We actually had telephone where you actually had to get up to answer the phone. And it had a dial on it, a rotary dial. And we actually had to get up to change the channel on the TV.
Well, my dad, that was funny. That's funny that you're bringing that up, because my father is he's in a veterans nursing home right now in the U.S. And he was telling me about that, because his mind doesn't think about new technology. He's still way back in the day, and he's told me that he's constantly trying to get a hold of one of the staff members inside the facility, because he can't figure out the remote control to change the channels on the TV and the stuff like. So I started talking with my dad. I said, "Well, Dad, do you remember the days way back in the day when our TV, because it was all black and white when we first started, and all you had was an on-off button with a volume on it, and then to change the channel,
Yep.
and the rabbit ears. The rabbit ears is how you got your best reception on your TV. You had
You
to
put a
stand
little
over
bit
there
of
and
foil on the tip of
a little
the
bit of foil.
antenna. Yep.
Yeah.
And then
But that's-
and you had the contrast and the tint knob on the TV,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you change the vertical and the horizontal. Oh God. Yeah.
Well, I remember our first TV. I don't remember the make of it, but I can remember seeing it in but it was a console. It was a TV.
Yep, we had
And
one of those later.
it had a Victrola. They
Yep.
called it Victrola. And I remember the words I saw. I remember saying Victrola, and I remember it saying high fidelity.
Yep. Yep.
High fidelity.
Yeah, that was one of the TVs that we got when I was, I think I was around 10 or 11 years old. This was before we moved from Colorado to Michigan. And I think my grandfather bought it for us. And we thought, oh, wow, we're living big. We got this big TV, and then we've got another TV in the family room. And, oh, boy, we thought we were living it up.
Yeah. Those are the days. But those were the days I remember back where you're talking about all the snow and everything like that. I remember the snow in New York. I remember snow blizzards that would come in and covered the entire front door. You couldn't open the door to get outside. Yeah, you had to wait till somebody on the other side could shovel it enough for you to
Shoveled
be
it
able
out,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I remember those days.
The biggest snowstorm I saw here in Colorado, I think it was in '07 or '03, where I lived. I lived in Aurora, Colorado, which is the eastern suburb of Denver. We got 41 inches of snow over 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
I mean, that was the biggest snowstorm I'd ever seen. I think before that was 27 inches, and that was, boy. Seems like every 10 years we get a huge snowstorm, and we're probably about due for one here in Denver.
Well, I tell you what, I hope I hope we're done with all of our crazy weather and all. 2020 has just turned out to be real with the volcano and all the typhoons that we've had and now earthquakes and pandemic and all. I hope 2021 totally turns around and
Me too.
we can put
Me too.
yeah, we can put all this behind us and get back. I can jump in my swimming pool and just kind of enjoy retirement.
Well, hopefully when I come to the Philippines, you'll still be there. That I don't show up when you're back in South Dakota or South Carolina.
Well, we're
Because I know
planning.
you-
We're planning on a trip back. I want to get back to see my dad and my sisters.
Right.
And so I'm hoping that we get back. We've rescheduled flights. This is our third time rescheduling. We haven't been back at all in 2020. Zero.
Yeah, that's
because of all this
I remember.
craziness. We're supposed to be back March 30th. We had to cancel the March 30. We had to cancel. We rescheduled it for November 1. We had to cancel November 1. And now the spring, we've rescheduled it for the spring of 2021. So we'll see how all I think by the end of the spring, most everybody should have gotten their vaccinations. Hopefully
Yeah.
we'll be able, because I have a feeling by spring here, I don't know how many vaccinations are going to be done inside the Philippines. So I think we'll get it faster going back to the U.S. and getting our vaccines and then coming back over here before all these people get over. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I don't really hear a lot in the news about vaccinations yet.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna go in February because that's when the weather is just about right. It's not so hot, and you'll get some rain, but it's not like it is in the summertime where it just rains like huge downpours. It's your dry season there from, I guess, December to about April is your dry season.
I think March. If I had to pick a particular month of the year to visit the Philippines and do travel, especially if you're going to go to places that are normally touristy, resorty kind, I would pick March, and I'll tell you why. Because March is when we went earlier this year, at the very offset of the pandemic. Nobody really had a grasp of what the magnitude of the COVID was. So we actually went at the very beginning. We flew because we had all of our. It was part of our anniversary gift to each other. So we went to Palawan. Remember, I did the Palawan videos down there, and I will tell you, the weather was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I saw the video.
It was just a few weeks before maybe 1 month before the normal tourist season started, where it would be packed, but there was no one. There was no one on the beach. It was like we owned the beach in Palawan in El Nido. It was incredible, and it's at the end when you're talking about February. Here, living here for 4 years. January and February to me are my least favorite months in the Philippines. because of we live in a residential community with trees and everything like that. This is when all the trees make the total mess of your yard. We have all the big mahogany trees around here, and most of the time the prevailing winds in January and February come from the southwest and move to the southeast to the northwest. Unfortunately, those trees that are just to our southwest are all those mahogany trees, and they blow all the leaves perfectly right over into our yard over here. And we're constantly, January and February, we're constantly clean. Well,
Oh boy.
mostly my gardener, but I'm when he's gone, because there's so much that comes down. When he leaves, they're still blowing in, and during the daytime, I'm still trying to catch up, keep the yard look. And it's a little windier because it's still part of that transition with the wind and the leaves coming down. So that's my least favorite time in the Philippines. But March starts, if you can catch it just right. It's like planting those plants in your garden. You have to pick the right time of year. In Charleston, we wait until the end of March, because you could possibly get a frost in the first or second week of March and lose everything. So it's just kind of like you got to time it right.
Here in Colorado, we'll get hailstorms.
Yeah.
So we got to, it's either late April or early May that everybody starts planting their stuff.
Oh,
but if you want to be a tourist, you got to do a tour of the new and old of Manila. You go to Makati, and
you told me about that. Yeah.
And then you go to the cemetery there, and you gotta go to Intramuros. That is pretty cool. Go check out Fort Santiago and the old church that's right next to it. I think it's St. Augustine. I think it's the name of that church, and you get to drive by all the famous people's houses. There's like the Prince of Brunei has a big home, and then down the street is Manny Pacquiao's home, and then down the street, there's Amy Marco's house.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw 10-ton says he has an oak tree covered with acorns and leaves. I know about those because Charleston, South Carolina, everything from Myrtle Beach going all the way down to Jacksonville, we have all these huge oak trees, and I'm talking about how bad a mess that the mahoganies make here, but they don't make nearly as bad a mess as those grand oaks that they have along the East Coast and the Southeast, with the acorns and there's smaller leaves, but there's thousands and thousands of those leaves that they make such. And the bad thing about it is the oak trees, the root structure are so thick and massive, and they suck up so much of the moisture. It's like you can't really have grass around your oak tree because they're starved for the water unless you massively water around those areas. But oak trees, I know all about that.
Where I lived in Michigan, it's a lot of maple, oak, and walnut trees. And the walnut trees would drop these big, seed pods, and they kind of smell like orange. And it's a husk that goes over the nut is inside that. And we tried to, we collected a whole bunch of those, and then we peel off the husk, and my dad tried the nuts, and he goes, these are very terrible.
Walnut?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what's
it's not
popular.
like what you get in the store.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's really popular in Charleston and all around. Even I grew up in the middle part of South Carolina, just south of Columbia, the capital. But we have pecan trees.
Pecans,
And I always loved when the pecans were falling from the tree. But the pecan trees make about as much of a mess as the oak trees do. But the good thing about it is at least you get pecans, and you can pick up pecans and make pecan pie or anything like that?
Yes, we do, JSK Enterprise. We do have the chat on, and we do occasionally look over. And thanks for coming in. Good to see you. And Ten Toes says walnut trees in Illinois. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the only thing we got falling down around here is we got mangoes, mangoes, and papaya. Papaya fall from
Papaya.
these trees like crazy
Yep.
around here. I was just telling. I was talking with my son. He's out on the West Coast in the U.S. and he hunts. He's a big hunter. He likes
Uh-huh.
he likes deer hunting, and he was talking about the last deer that he took in. I guess we were talking about tenderizing. So I told them about what they do over here with the mango, with the green mango, and
Right.
you make a puree out of it. Yeah, we grind it up in a blender, and but you do it with the skin. You leave the skin on there, and there's some kind of enzyme. It's some type of enzyme that when you marinate it on any type of tough beef,
Yeah.
any type tough meat, oh, it breaks down. It breaks
Like
down the
carabao.
meat. Yeah, or carabao. Yeah. Well, and I've done that before, but I have to caution you, if you try something like that, you can't leave it on there too long, because
Yeah.
it will turn your meat into mush. That's how effective. Yeah, that's how effective. Well, I've done that by accident before, and I'm like, when you try to cut, you're cutting through. It's like cutting through butter, but it's like mush inside there. So you can't leave it on there too long. I think about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes is about what I leave it on.
Good night, Greg. Thanks for popping in. Greg Pittman is taking off. Yeah, I've done a little bit of hunting. I've did some deer hunting with my my brother-in-law, and did some antelope hunting. And antelope hunting, boy, that there's no way you get close enough to shoot those guys. It's almost like you gotta shoot them on the run. And but the deer hunting, we went up in the Ridgeway, Colorado. That's where we went, and we saw a group of deer, and I just picked out the best one and got him, and he just kind of stood there, looked, and then he right over. Yep.
My son's more. He really is into the sport of it. He cuts up the meat, and preserves it. And the whole family eats the meat, but he really enjoys the hunt. And what he does most of his hunting is bow. He does bow hunting.
Oh, okay.
Almost all of his hunting is bow hunting. As a matter of fact, he just told me it wasn't that long ago, maybe a few weeks back.
Right.
Turkey. He got a turkey.
Ooh.
Yeah, with a bow, and you got to be pretty good to get a turkey with a
Yeah.
bow. So, yeah. So.
Well, you missed it. Well, you probably saw my friend Rick Enstrom last week. He was on my show in the first half of the show. He's the candy guy, and he's got a ranch down southeast Colorado. And the last time I went hunting, one time I went deer hunting, and he just happened to have a doe tag, and we were out there in his blind all day, and it wasn't until just before dark that a couple deer showed up, and right as I got the gun ready to go, it was dark, so I missed out on that. Then another time we went turkey hunting, and we could see the turkeys, but they were way the heck over there.
Yeah.
It's like they were just looking at us, taunting us or something. Say, hey, we're over here.
Yeah. Well, you got the guys that are in the chat right now. Yeah, and if you get a chance, go over and take a look over at I don't know. You know Dave I don't know if you know Dave and Emily, the Balikbayan farming.
Oh,
Dave
okay.
and yeah, I think their channel is Balikbayan Farming with Dave and Emily.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
they just, if you want to really get a good idea of what their farm looks, they're down in Rosario, which is not that far from us down here. As a
Right.
matter of fact, they're going to be joining us. They're going to be joining us for New Year's Eve.
Oh, wonderful.
They're going to be staying with us here for New Year's Eve, and then Dave. Dave, I don't know if you saw the video. He's big into smokers, smoking the turkeys. We did for Thanksgiving, for 2019, before all this
Right.
craziness happened. He brought over a smoker over here, and we smoked the turkey down inside the driveway going into the basement. And this year, what he's doing. Well, if you look at his last episode, if you get a chance to look at it, and look what he did for. They have a bunch of farm hands out there.
Right.
They have several families, I think, that live on his property down in Rosario, and they actually have property up in Manila, I think up in Parañaque, and they travel between the farm and their place up there, and they take care of the farm. They have mango trees and it's crazy. They have I think he has, I don't know, around 10 hectares down there is what they have.
Is that the one that has the river that goes by their
No,
property?
no, that's
someone else.
that's Yvonne and Manfred.
Oh.
They actually live in New York. They live in New York. Yvonne, his family is from that area down by San Juan, down in that area. That's when where we played the music. Is that the one you're talking about, where Ness and I entertained down there? Yeah, yeah. So Manfred is actually of Austrian. He's Austrian and immigrated to the U.S. and he started the specialty shop down in Manhattan somewhere where he does restoral of German cars, Mercedes Benz, and where they take the old ones, the antiques, the classics.
Wow.
And he does
Nice.
full restoration, so he has a very successful business doing that. And then Yvonne is a lawyer, like in Manhattan. He's Filipino and he has U.S. citizenship. I don't know if he has dual citizenship or if he's just U.S. naturalized, but he's a lawyer in Manhattan. And they own that property, the one we're talking about by the river, and what they've done is they're supposed to be turning that into some type of cultural museum area back there to show the heritage and the culture of the Philippines. They're reserved a certain part of that property for that. So I'll be glad once they start working on that. I think that will be really exciting because they need more stuff like that here in the Philippines.
Right.
They need more for people to kind of understand where they came from, and for tourism to go to the place, so other people can really understand the culture and heritage of the Philippines here. But that's what that's the one that you're talking about there.
Yeah.
Now, Dave and Emily, they have a place closer to us here, Rosario's, before you get to San Juan, but it's like in between San Juan and Rosario.
Right.
And he has around 10 hectares, and they sell to the market. The market people will come out there and get the stuff and buy it from them, and they'll sell it. And they also have people that come to their farm. And he has a tractor. He has a big tractor. I think he imported the tractor from Japan.
Yeah.
But he has a channel. And the last episode that they did was their big Christmas shindig for their farm helper in appreciation for all the hard work. And you check it out. You checked out the spread. He had these two huge. I mean, each section of the brisket I think was about this big. There's two. He had two of those, and I don't know how many of the chickens that he cooked. I think he said 20 kilos of chicken that he cooked on his smoker. And if you get a chance to look at the spread that he has, and you can also get an idea. And they've got turkeys out on their farm. Emily raises turkeys, and they got a very, very nice, successful farm. And what I really like about it is it's a nice balance between how we farm in the U.S. and how they farm in the Philippines. Because Dave's a good old boy from Tennessee, and yeah, and he brings his farming skills to the Philippines, but also at the same time, it combines with all the farm help that he has there that's been traditionally doing what they normally
Right.
do with farming. So it's kind of interesting. It's a very small channel,
Right.
but
I'll check it out.
he's growing. He's growing, and
Mhm.
I wish him the best of success on his channel as well.
Cool. 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 So yeah, that's about it. I grew up here in Colorado, lived in Michigan for about 10 years, came back here in 81, graduated from college, and then right after I graduated, that's when I decided to
Be a comedian.
do my stand up full time. And I did that to full time till about 96, 97, and then I got a regular day job in 95, and I've been with the company for 26 years now. And then I only did a few shows here and there, maybe go up to Wyoming or Grand Junction, Colorado Springs, and I finally retired in '09. The only comedy I do is either on here or when I'm on somebody else's live stream and yuck it up over there.
Well, I gotta tell you, Art, from the clips that you sent me, the small clips that were taken, some of the small clubs that you played in. I tell you what, I think you're missing a really great opportunity to extend your talent. I honestly believe you should have another channel, because I know you got your conservative talk channel. I know you have the drone channel. I don't know, maybe you have other channels.
I have fishing and cooking.
You got the fishing, yeah. I think you need to do one dedicated to art, to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that many people. I haven't really looked, but I like your stand up. I really like your comedy, and I think if there's not a lot of that stuff up there, there's a great opportunity for you to be one of the trendsetters to get inside there and do things like that. And I think,
Right.
I think it would be for monetizing, and if you're trying to look for a way to retire from your day job at some point, but continue to extend out the ability to, and I know you enjoy it. I know you have fun doing that. I think it would be a great opportunity. I mean, I'd tune into it. I certainly would tune into it.
Mm-hmm.
So you should
Yeah.
really consider it.
And I've been thinking about getting a place in Tennessee and retire there. I'll still go to the Philippines, but then if I'm in Tennessee, then I'm in a centrally located place. So for my fishing channel, I could do that full time. I
Yeah.
could fish around the area. I could go down south to. I could go to Florida. I could go to Alabama and Georgia. I could go up to Michigan and fish up there, or I could go east and go fishing in North Carolina, South Carolina, out on the coast, and I could grow the fishing channel. That way, I
Yeah.
still do the drone stuff, and then I'll have more time to dedicate to my channels, because
Yeah.
right now I work anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day at my job, and sometimes 8 hours on Saturdays. It's not a whole lot of time to create a lot of content. I don't know if you saw my Christmas video that I did.
I have not. Christmas was really busy. As you'll see, I didn't even post hardly any videos over the last. It's just been. We are just now slowing down. So I promise you, I will take a look at it. I'm in catch up mode right now.
Yeah, it's my Christmas version of the Ready Set Drone song, and it turned out pretty cool. And what I did is I incorporated some video and still shots from previous videos to, because the song is about flying with friends. You know, race that drone, what's the point of flying alone? And so forth. And so, my friend Kelly Shores, whose his channel is Race That Drone, he had a contest in 2020 for someone to come up with the best Race That Drone song and video. And I think Sunrise Water Media was the runner-up that did a really nice video on that one. But I decided I'll do a Christmas version where I do a voice like, "Whoa, Tommy, what do you want for Christmas?" And then
I want a drone, Santa.
and so I did the I use Audacity to, I did the chorus and the verse, and I broke them up into pieces, and then with Filmora, I did the audio first and laid out the tracks with that, and then when I did the chorus, I used the same track, only I changed the pitch a little bit. So that sounded kind of cool, and I put a little bit of reverb in it, and there's no music behind me. It's just me singing. So you'll have to
kind of
check
an
that out.
acapella, kind of a thing, huh?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I will. As soon as we get done here, Nessa's waiting for me inside. What
She's
we'll do, we'll take.
probably
It's a rainy
James,
day. It says it's
Look at
not a nice.
Look at the watch.
Yeah, it's not a nice day to really do anything outside in the yard, and that's where I
Right.
live, is in the yard. So I'm kind of indoor kind of stuff. Of course, there's so many things I could do down in the basement. I have my workbench is just covered with stuff that are half completed projects down
Well,
there.
you ought to see my desk here. It's a mess with junk all over it.
That's what's so nice about what's so nice about doing this social media with the video and things like that. You never know what's down. Am I wearing pants or not? Or, you can't see the mess that's in the background.
Mhm.
Especially when you do the blue screen and you have like your beautiful living room and piano and all back there behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you can make millions like I did on YouTube.
I know.
Living a luxurious.
That's my goal, Art. You're my mentor.
Well, you've got the luxurious house in the tropics, so you're there, and that's where I want to be.
Well, I want to build a little mini studio. We have that spare bedroom in the basement, and
That's
right now, what we're going to do. Ness asked me to build. She wants in-wall bookshelves. So I built a library at our house in the U.S. and she
Right.
wants something similar to that. So, and she wants that to be the backdrop. So we'll put a desk. We'll put a desk in there on one
Right.
side. It's not very big. The room is very small, but we're going to probably do something similar and the way you have inside there. Except our backdrop will be the library, and she'll have her books there. And I want to start.
Get acoustic tile.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
because I know in that room, it's going to sound like you're in a cavern.
It will. It will. Yeah.
So
it definitely will. Yeah.
get that, and there are different ways you could do it to deaden the sound. You could hang fabric, all kinds of stuff. Roy and Michelle, if you get some of those egg crates
Yeah. Yeah.
and just put them on the wall, and that'll deaden the sound.
Well, did you watch one of my last or the last before last last 2 or 3 videos? Did you see where I'm talking about the upcoming projects we're going to do around the house here? One of the projects is going to be doing sound acoustic tiles inside the little
Oh,
band
yes,
stage
that's
here.
right.
I have those.
That's
Those
right.
aren't.
That
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Where you had the foam tile that you could
yeah.
stick up. Yeah.
Now
Okay, that's where I got. Yeah.
yeah. So those aren't the best for sound deadening. They're more aesthetics than they are, but they do, since they are made out of foam, they do prevent a good portion of the sound reflections against the concrete walls. But I really wanted something down there that was affordable, nice looking, and achieve the goal of reducing the sound reflection for the band
Right.
equipment down there, because we get a lot of feedback because we're
Right.
kind of cramped.
Yeah, that's
It's a
right.
very
You were talking
yeah,
about that. Where
yeah. So
the
I
sound would
compromised.
bounce off and
Yeah,
cause
I
feedback.
compromised a little bit, going with the really nice looking tile inside there. So that room, because it's not always going to be used for band stuff. That's just
Right.
on a small portion of the amount of, because that's also the room that we use. We have a projector. That's our little movie theater room down there. But I could probably do something like that inside that small bedroom that would help out a lot inside there for the sound of the acoustics. Now, when we put the good thing about it, once we put the bookshelves in the background, that in itself, because of the complexity of the objects on the shelves inside there, that will
It'll
help out a
absorb
lot.
some of the.
Yeah, that will help a lot because it deflects into different directions and it breaks up the sound.
Yep.
But I think I'll also put right in the center, maybe I'll put some of those acoustic tiles inside there as well.
There you go.
But that's
There.
I'm excited. That's a project that I'm excited about. I just have to go down and get some more building supplies and things like that. I need
Right.
to buy some wood and that'll be a fun project to do. I have so many projects that are coming up, but they're all really the projects I have coming up. They're really time consuming, and
Maybe you
and
can get like an area rug to put on the floor. That'll help
I have.
to absorb some.
I have
Okay.
already. Yeah, I have a friend here in the Philippines. He was working in Southwest Asia, and he sent back some cargo containers. He was going to make a business out of it. He was. It's kind of funny, but it's not funny. He thought he was going to make a rug business here in the Philippines. Well, Filipinos don't buy rugs for their houses here. It's just because of the climate, because of the heat, because of the dust. It's just, and we have it. We purchased our house here. Villa Feliz has 1, 2, 3, 4. We have like 5. I think 5 big area. You know, it's like the Turkish. Iranian
Oriental
type.
rugs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those type. We have those inside the house here. We have them underneath the beds, and they're really nice to wake up in the morning and step on that instead of cold tile in the morning.
Yeah.
Although it's really not that cold. It's not that cold, but they look nice. I like those. But we do, and I have one of those is underneath all the band gear. So when we stand, when you see, I don't think you really see it. Maybe if you go back and look at some of our videos, and you look at our sound stage, we have one of those huge Turkish carpets, rugs underneath underneath the sound. That helps out a little bit. But yeah, they work good. And you see a lot of bands when they go on the road, up on the stage, they lay out those carpets out there on the stage. We used to do that. We had one for our band when we were playing in South Korea, but it was only big enough for the drummer, because all the stomping of the kick bass and everything like that. And a lot of places that we played, the stage was like it was a built up stage with like plywood, and it resonated. The sounds resonated.
Yeah.
So we only gave him. He was the only one that had the rug for our performances over there.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, we did a little over 2 hours.
Oh, that's your time.
and-
That's your magic number. 2 hours, right?
Yep. Oh, I think the longest I did have one show that was 3 hours long.
I might have been on that show.
Yeah, you might have. So, Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger, he's my co-host on my Sunday show.
I love Lloyd. I love Lloyd. He's
The
great when I
grumpy
go over on
vlogger.
Greg's. When I
Yeah.
go over on Greg's at Greg's place.
Oh yeah, when he does it, yeah, he's the other the co-host on Greg's show. Yep.
Well,
So
Art, I'm going to let you close. I'm going to get out here. I want to thank you for inviting me today
You're
to the
welcome.
show. And hopefully we had some good information that we passed on, some updates and things like that.
Okay.
And I look forward to the next Sunday during Waffle Sunday.
All right.
I wouldn't miss it.
Cool.
All right, man.
Hope,
All right.
All right. Take care. Good to see
All right.
you. Thanks for coming.
And have a happy new year.
You too, sir. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming. Tom and Steve and Lloyd and Chris and JSK Enterprise, Greg Pittman, and Ed, Rick Halbert, Jody, every one of you guys. Well, next week will be the first show of the new year, because that'll be January 2nd. So 2 weeks from Friday is my birthday. I'll be the big 61. So we'll do a show the following night. We're getting close to that 100 show. I know we've done some Saturday shows where I didn't count them. There was special. So look forward to April. April will be my 3rd anniversary show for this channel and my other channels. So thank you very much for coming in and joining us. This is the day after Christmas. It's kind of a thin crowd, but we had a pretty good crowd earlier in the show. We had 22, 23 people. That's not too bad. So everyone have a great weekend and see you next time. Keep them flying. Bye-bye.